Well, American tennis is back. 10 years ago, Americans were irrelevant in world tennis rankings. In 2024, though, American men averaged 12 players in the top 100 and 14 women in the top 100.
Joining us now to tell us more about the resurgence of tennis here in the U.S. is Martin Blackman. Martin, thank you for joining us today.
Hey.
Thanks for having me. Great to be here.
Yeah. So I'll just lead with this. What happened to American tennis after Pete Sampras, Andre Agassi, some big names here in the U.S.? The dominance was seemingly over. So what happened there?
Yeah, we had a golden age back in the 90s with Andre and Pete and Jim. And on the women's side with Lindsay and Monica Seles and Jennifer Capriati. It was really the pinnacle. And what happened at that time was tennis became an Olympic sport. The wall in Berlin came down, and the rest of the world really invested in federations and player development to catch us. And it took us about 15 years to follow suit. But when we did back in '08, together in partnership with the private sector and the USTA sections, we were able to build a pathway that has gotten us this success. So I think we're all in the tennis community so excited about what we're seeing today.
Yeah. Let's talk about Serena for a second, because Serena was #1 in the world for a few years, but we haven't seen a lot of other American women contend for titles. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so as we were building this pathway from '08 to '19, we had the benefit of having Serena keep the bar where it belonged as the best of all time. And it gave us time to really develop a pipeline. And now we're seeing players like Coco Gauff, Jessica Pegula, Emma Navarro really stepping up into the top echelons of the game. And I really believe that we're going to see our American women winning Grand Slam titles this year and really solidly placed in the top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I certainly hope so. So, Martin, how exactly did they make such an amazing comeback in 2024?
Sure. So after about 15 years of not really investing in that federation model that the rest of the world was, the USDA decided to do that. And so back in '08, they hired my predecessor, Patrick McEnroe, and Jose Higueras. And soon after that, I came in to design the junior pathway. And it was really building that partnership from the ground up. We have amazing private sector coaches in this country, and we have 17 amazing geographic USTA sections that administer the sport at the grassroots level. And over the course of 15 years, we built a pathway that combined developmental training, coaching education, and national team opportunities. And we're seeing that come to fruition. I think one of the keys there was really recognizing that nationals' role was not to dictate to the rest of the country, but instead to work in partnership and to learn from our private sector colleagues, so that everything we did was designed in conjunction with the private sector.
Yeah, certainly. Now, I know the Australian Open is going on right now, and we've got a couple contenders in that, and I want you to have the opportunity to speak to those before we let you go. First, Taylor Fritz and then Coco Gauff. What are you seeing from them and their rise, and do they have a shot at being the world #1?
Absolutely. I mean, Taylor's in such great form, and it's great you mentioned both those players, because some of your viewers may not know they led the United States to a victory in the United Cup, which is a pre-Australian Open team event. I think the way Taylor's playing so solidly in the top 5, now he's 4 in the world, I think he believes he can do it. I think he's fit enough to do it. And I think he's made some changes in his game that really position him to take a slam this year if things come together. And with Coco, the way she's playing, the way she played against Swiatek in the United Cup, the way she's hitting her forehand, the way she's moving, and the relaxed intensity she has on the court, I think also bodes well for a great title opportunity for her.
Yeah. All right. Last question before we let you go. What are your predictions for 2025 for men and women's American tennis this year?
So they're going to be bold because they're coming from the heart. So they're aspirational. But I would say that I think this year we've got a great opportunity for a man to lift the trophy for the first time since Andy Roddick in '03. And I think it's good to be greedy. So I think we can get 2 titles on the women's side.
Oh, two.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
it. Great predictions there. Martin, thank you
Yes.
for your
Thank
time
you,
today.
Martin.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Yes. I'm excited about tennis at Australian Open. I can't stop watching it. So it's great stuff.
Oh, yeah. Do you play tennis?
No, but I watch it.
Oh, me
That's
neither.
right.
I don't do any of them.